three semifinal matchups, this time on Supercard. Hello, everyone. Craig Johnson along with Scott Hudson. And what matchups they are. Terry Gordy going against Cactus Jack. Clear the aisles and the banisters and everything.
If there was ever a match made to be held in an empty arena, that's it. Terry Gordy and Cactus Jack could go into the stands, into the parking lot, down the street to the mall, anywhere. These two are out of control, two real classic brawlers, and we could see all sorts of things in a match between Terry Gordy and Cactus Jack.
At the close of the last Supercard, we heard comments from the Patriot on his matchup with Stan Lane.
Stan Lane and the Patriot have met before in the first tournament, the television tournament here in the GWF. This is going to be just the same old song, the second verse between the Patriot and Stan Lane. Should be another great match.
The question is, for Jim Cornette, will there be a different ending to this tune? The third semifinal matchup, Austin Idol against Al Perez, Battle of the Heartthrobs.
Absolutely, the universal heartthrob, Austin Idol, against the Latin heartthrob, Al Perez. Both men have held titles in the past. Both men have been almost exclusively singles competitors, although Al Perez has held a couple of tag team titles with Wendell Cooley. This should be an interesting match because Austin Idol has the flashy, the hot moves, the loud outfits. Al Perez kind of in the basic black and gets in there and just a workman-like ability in the ring. Interesting dichotomy, interesting match.
When we finish today's edition of Supercard, we'll have the three finalists in the North American Heavyweight Championship Tournament. But when we return, we'll take a look at how these men got to the semifinals. That on Supercard in a moment.
The referee says that's one, that's two, and the Patriot, the Patriot says no. The Patriot holds that arm up. He says no. The Patriot climbing to his feet, climbing back up. The Patriot, and the Patriot now slamming into the head. He's got to try and get out of this Cobra, or he's not going to be able to continue in the tournament.
You don't know too many people who have escaped from the Cobra, whether it was put on you by the likes of the Masked Superstar, Sergeant Slaughter, any of the great wrestlers who use the Cobra.
And once again, the referee gets all the way up to the 3 count before the Patriot is able to keep his arm up. How much longer is the Patriot going to be able to do this? How much longer is the Patriot going to be able to escape from the Cobra hold put on by Axis? Axis takes him into the ropes, throws him into the ropes now, comes off, and misses with that flying. He was going for that flying forearm and missed. The Patriot going to the top rope. Is he going to be able to use the missile? Does he have his wits about him? He's been in the Cobra hold. Axis is climbing up. Yes, he gets the missile right in the face. 1, 2. Yes, he got it. The Patriot has defeated Axis, the Demolisher.
Oh my, go behind, belly to back suplex. I don't think Gordy was really ready for that.
Certainly not. Had his hand out to be shaken by Stephen Dane. Dane grabbed the hand, spun him into the belly-to-back suplex position, and Gordy kind of blindsided, still hasn't fully recovered. And Dane, we're seeing a vicious side to Stephen Dane. There's a big right hand.
Well, Dane, who has been popular with the fans for many years, now apparently showing a dark side we're not used to seeing. Wow, the right sends Gordy down to the canvas and a boot to the midsection. One of the things that Stephen Dane has to maintain in order to get a victory over the big guy is to keep him down on that mat, because when you're down on the mat, the height disadvantage and the weight disadvantage to some extent goes out the window.
That's exactly right, Craig. And Terry Gordy, I don't think Gordy expected to be handled this way by Dane. Whoa, what a clothesline.
There's a wake-up call that can put you to sleep.
The spike, the Asiatic spike from Terry Gordy, that should do it, I think. He had to break it from in the ropes.
And Dane coming back with a clothesline. But I think that Bam Bam is about to bam, bam, power bomb. Out of 3. As Cactus Jack back to the corner. comes down with a knee. Brian Lee may not be able to get out of this, but near fall number 4 on Brian Lee.
Give Lee credit. He has taken the best that Cactus has had to offer and has stood firm.
Cactus Jack sent out to the outside. Trying to get what almost looked like maybe a sunset flip or that front flip, but nobody was home. Off the apron, coming down hard on the ringside area, back into the ring. Brian Lee sends Cactus Jack. And Brian Lee with an opening here. Delivers the right. One more right. Into the ropes goes Cactus Jack. Lee with a power slam. He's going to go up to the higher elevations to try to put away Cactus Jack. Lee to the top rope. Comes down. Delivers the knee right to the chest. Brian Lee with the cover. But a foot on the rope by Cactus Jack.
Now, how often do you see someone put their foot on the second rope to break the pinfall? Not often. This guy is coming way out of left field.
Brian Lee goes up to the middle rope, and Cactus Jack falls back on the rope. It topples Brian Lee. A foot on the rope gives Cactus Jack extra leverage, and Cactus Jack gets the count of 3. Stan with a slam, goes up to deliver the elbow, comes down and connects on the chin of Steve Cox. Picks the man from Tulsa back up, sends him into the corner, but Cox is able to get the foot up, staggering Lane, who is boxing possibly in another state there. Double axe handle attempt. Lane can't connect because Cox is successful. Now the two go toe-to-toe. Cox with a blow that sends Lane down to one knee. Into the ropes goes Sweet Stan, courtesy of Steve Cox. Clothesline delivered. Stan Lane now having his problems, and it has nothing to do with that knee earlier. Cross body block, almost delivered with the forearms in front. Count of 2, but Lane able to stretch the leg to break the count.
Not a lot of authority in Lane putting that leg on the rope, just kind of slung it up there half-heartedly. Lane may be feeling the effects of Steve Cox's attack now.
Oh! Overhead smash delivered. That's match point.
You know, he cheats too much. He just, I'm telling you, you can't trust him. Uh-oh, he's pulling his strap off. I think he's had just about enough.
The right connects with Bad News. Now the left. Idol, well versed in the boxing arts, going against a man who knows judo.
You'll notice that Idol has taken down the straps. Very reminiscent of Jerry the King Lawler, whom Idol has had many, many classic battles with.
Idol had defeated him for the USWA title at one time, and now going after the North American title in the Global Wrestling Federation.
Look at that. He's hitting them, and the people are starting to count, but apparently the people got lost after number 6 because they can't count any higher. They went 1, 2, 3. What's next? And then they ran out of fingers, and oh, it just wasn't a pretty sight. He got it.
Idol with a roundhouse right. Now going to work on the lefts to the body. Idol being warned by James Beard. Bad News in the... What's he doing?
He's doing nothing. He's got nothing there. He has anything in his hand.
Idol blocks it.
And whatever it was that wasn't in his hand.
Look, Idol's got a foreign object. He had one earlier in the match. He's got another one right now. I bet they disqualified Idol for using that foreign object.
But James Beard saw the object in the hand of Bad News as it flew out of his hand. Let's get the official word.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match by disqualification, Austin Idol.
In some matches, I don't know that John Tatum is one to submit to something like this, but Lord knows I would.
It's hard to tell exactly where the attitude changed. Oh my, that'll change an attitude. It's hard to figure out exactly where the attitude change of Al Perez took place. I think it was during the competition down in Puerto Rico a few years ago, where he won the Universal Championship and became quite a hated competitor down there.
In Puerto Rico, Al Perez did go through a change. Many wrestlers who do end up in Puerto Rico go through some change, some certainly not for the better.
Al Perez, a prime example of that, and right now trying to change his luck is 52nd degree black belt John Tatum.
All right. That may be how many notches he's had to put in his belt to make it fit around his 236-pound waist.
Is that what it is? I've yet to figure out this man's weight.
That's probably it. That's what he says anyway.
No weight limit for this particular match as John Tatum shows a few of the martial arts poses, now bowing to the crowd, bows to Mr. Perez, and missed with a kick, and hello, Al Perez.
The winner, Al Perez.
Arigato to you too, Mr. Perez, as he apparently very thankful to be continuing in the tournament, taking advantage of Hollywood John Tatum.
Well, before the North American Heavyweight Tournament ever began, we predicted that this man, Terry Gordy, would be in some great matches, and it looks like our prediction has come true because the pairings have come down to a match that I think is a promoter's dream and a fan's dream, and that is you against Cactus Jack. You are going to have to defeat Cactus Jack to continue in the tournament, Terry.
He's just a little bit different, you know that, Joe? This guy, he's a shady character. Something's wrong with him upstairs or something, you know. And I know he'll cut a lot of lines or cut a lot of ropes to do anything that he can. And I just like for him to know, and everybody else out there to know, that Terry Bam Bam Gordy, and you already know, swings a chair better than anybody in professional wrestling.
Well, I'm sure it is going to be one of the wildest brawls we've ever seen. You, of course, one of the top stars in global wrestling, also in the world today, and you will be facing a member of the cartel. He's the last chance the cartel has to win the tournament, so let's be looking for Terry Gordy to take on Cactus Jack.
From Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, Cactus Jack.
Cactus Jack, the only remaining member of the cartel in the North American Heavyweight Championship Tournament, defeated Gary Young in round number 1 and Brian Lee in the second round. But in this round, he's got to face a very large man. But by the way, it's quite popular in the crowd, as you'll find out in a moment.
Opponent for this event, from Bad Street, USA, at 270 pounds, Terry Bam Bam Gordy.
Terry Gordy to face Cactus Jack. On paper, this one's a classic, Scott Hudson.
No doubt about it. Terry Gordy, international star. Cactus Jack also has been wrestling overseas for quite some time, although not near to the extent that Terry Gordy has. Two classic brawlers.
Cactus Jack getting the first move, so to speak.
Cactus Jack really handling Terry Gordy early, but there's Gordy coming back.
Gordy with 2 rights, make a 3 on Cactus Jack outside of the ring. When you take a look at the scouting report on this one, you think of Terry Gordy as the brawler. He's slimmed down, maybe quicker than Cactus Jack. Plus the championship experience definitely on his side. Meanwhile, Cactus Jack very unpredictable, but not affected by injury. Going in against Terry Gordy, that may be a factor. These two men face off, one man in, the other man out. Cactus Jack using the headbutt to give him the ability to come back in. But Gordy answers with a right. The right foot right into the midsection, but Cactus Jack answers with 2 blows of his own. These two guys going toe-to-toe. The first of 3 semifinal matchups in the North American Heavyweight Championship Tournament. Forearm delivered by Cactus Jack. Reversal by Gordy into the corner. Cactus Jack with a left boot up. Tried to deliver the clothesline to seal it. Ducking under twice as Gordy, and Gordy delivers a clothesline. Cactus Jack had nowhere to go. Going for the cover. 1-2. Gordy with the 2 count.
You could hear that corner clothesline from Terry Gordy on Cactus Jack all the way at our announcer's position, Craig. That hurt to hear.
Terry Gordy with the clothesline into the corner. Terry Gordy, Triple Crown Tag Team Champion, former UWF World Heavyweight Champion, multiple tag team titles with the Freebirds. Now on his own, going after the big one, the North American title. Now into a standing figure 4 if he reverses it. Somewhat like an Indian deathlock or a scorpion deathlock, actually.
A move certainly learned from watching many of the greats. As a concerned look on the fans here at the Global Dome, as you don't know what to expect from Cactus Jack, but he's in a bad way now as Gordy is almost in the position to turn Cactus over and make this into a full scorpion, reminiscent of Sting. As Sting has had, well, the ultimate success, winning the World Heavyweight Championship using the Scorpion Deathlock.
In the WCW organization. And now, with it fully applied, Cactus Jack will try to escape by getting to the ropes, and he does. James Beard will call for the break. Gordy staying right on top, however. Into the ropes, drop kick by Terry Gordy.
And we talk about how slimmed down Terry Gordy is. Regardless of that, that's still 250 some odd pounds going up in the air for a drop kick.
Delivering the right is Terry Gordy. Bam Bam with another one right to the side of the head until a rake of the eyes by Cactus Jack breaks the momentum. Double axe handle to the top of the head. Sends Gordy into the corner. Coming out of the corner, Bulldog delivered by Cactus Jack. Goes for the cover. Count of 2.
Gonna say, no matter how big you are, a rake to the eyes will equalize you anytime, and Cactus still in control after that one small maneuver.
Attempting to go for a pile driver one time. Now Gordy powers him back into the corner. And Cactus Jack having to release the hold, and Gordy taking advantage with a quick but legal break. 2 shots to the midsection, and the big forearm lands on the forehead of Cactus Jack. Gordy going to work, short clothesline, delivered with the left arm, sends Cactus Jack down. Count of 2 by James Beard.
And Cactus Jack in a seesaw battle with Terry Gordy, both men having the upper hand, only to be bested by the other very shortly thereafter.
Gordy picks him up, sets him down. Using the top of the boot to deliver a blow. That time the knee on target. Cactus Jack with the thrust kick, using the left. Now possibly going for a clothesline and gets it as Gordy now trapped in the corner. Snapmare into the rear chinlock.
Terry Gordy chasing after the elusive GWF North American Heavyweight Championship. You mentioned earlier that he is a former UWF World Heavyweight Championship. That title was formed from the old North American Championship. In the UWF, the last place to recognize the North American champion, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, that title was deemed defunct, if you'll forgive that grammatical reach. And the UWF World title was formed in the tournament, won by Terry Gordy. Gordy now going for the new North American Heavyweight Championship here in the GWF.
And trying to derail that Gordy Express for the championship is Cactus Jack, as he set him on a track right for the steel post. And now Cactus Jack thinks he may be going for the hip buster and delivers it. Cactus Jack with a hip buster as Gordy scratching his head, trying to regain some consciousness if he's lost any. Covering for a count of 2, almost 3, Cactus Jack.
James Beard had to stop himself from making that 3 count. James Beard, the official, the 3rd man in the ring.
We've got to take a break. Don't go away. You won't miss a moment of the action when you stay tuned. Cactus Jack sends Gordy over, delivers the elbow, but Gordy comes back. That right came way back and was delivered well. Gordy sends Cactus Jack into the corner, follows him in, but followed him a little too closely as Cactus Jack got that big boot up. Drapes Gordy over the middle rope. Back to the rope goes Cactus Jack, up and down.
That middle rope, the white rope, right on Gordy's throat, and Cactus Jack forcing Gordy's head onto the rope. That's got to take it out of someone like Terry Gordy. I don't care how big you are, how many titles you won, how great you are in Japan. Having your throat draped over a middle ring rope and having someone like Cactus Jack jump on your back is going to take it out of you.
Count of 2 by referee James Beard. Both men thus far in the match have 2 near falls to their credit. Gotcha. But it's the count of 3 that will send you into the finals. This European tournament, 3 European type tournament rather. Right. 3 men go into the finals. 2 men will wrestle in a playoff. The winner of the coin flip goes directly into the championship match. And you'll see all of that. Cactus Jack trying to maintain the advantage with an unorthodox face lock. Now with the arm firmly planted on the chin until he plants a couple of forearms to the back of Terry Gordy. Bam Bam tries to come back. Into the ropes goes Gordy, ducks under the elbow once, twice. Gordy comes from the rope. All that momentum, and there's classic Bam Bam.
Cactus Jack nearly had his head taken off with that clothesline from Bam Bam Terry Gordy.
Gordy sends Cactus Jack into the ropes, delivers the clothesline with a right arm. Cactus Jack almost looks like it hasn't affected him, but he goes for the Oriental spike. The spike implanted. But a break of the hold now as Cactus Jack gets over to that middle rope. James Beard calling for the break of the hold. Cactus Jack able to take advantage of an opening, delivers a pile driver on Terry Gordy.
That's a maneuver that's been banned in several wrestling federations. Legal here in the GWF, the pile driver.
Count of 1 broken by the foot on the rope by Terry Gordy. You'd mentioned earlier in the tournament how Terry Gordy gained his fame by delivering pile drivers. Well, that particular pile driver just a few moments ago almost put him out of this tournament. Into the rail goes Terry Gordy. Cactus Jack picks him up, puts him down, and it looks like Cactus is a little woozy.
Cactus is a little woozy walking down the aisle before the match ever started, but he's a little woozier.
Watch out, he goes up to the middle rope.
What in the world is he planning here?
He comes down, but misses, landing on the floor. Gordy picking up the ringside mats. He throws them away. He throws another mat away. He has Cactus Jack up for the pile driver, and it's a power bomb onto the hardwood floor here at the Global Dome.
Terry Gordy, a power bomb on Cactus Jack onto the arena floor. No mats, no nothing. And I think they're going to count Cactus out.
Let's get the official word on this one.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this match, Terry Berry Gordy.
We've got to go back and take a look at the power bomb on the floor. There you see the results. Here's how it happened. Gordy picking up Cactus Jack, brings him down onto the hardwood floor. Good for a count out, and we'll return.
Could it be number 2 for the man in red, white, and blue? Hi, everybody. I'm Joe Pedicino, and I'm here in the newsroom backstage at the Global Dome. We'll be going back to more great action at ringside right after we take a look at some of the latest news from around the world of professional wrestling. Only 2 more wrestlers will get into the finals of the North American tournament here in the Global Wrestling Federation. One of them could be the Patriot, the current TV champion. Imagine that, in the finals of the North American tournament. It could be his opportunity to go for his 2nd major title. There's no precedent set yet for one man winning 2 championship tournaments, so we will have to see what the GWF will do if it were to happen. They will have to make quite a decision. Can the Patriot defend 2 titles at once? He says yes. It will be up to the GWF to make the determination. After the matches, there's still a coin toss to come. These European-style tournaments have really been exciting, with 3 finalists making it into the finals. It means that a little bit of luck is involved in who will be getting into the finals. And by the way, everyone I talk to on the CompuServe Wrestling Forum and on the Prodigy Wrestling Club say that justice was definitely served at SummerSlam this weekend. However, everyone disagrees on just what that means. And I would like to tell you, if you're into computers and wrestling, try the forums on the computer networks. On CompuServe, it's called the Computer Network. It is the Fan Sports Forum Ring Talk. And on Prodigy, it's called the Wrestling Club. And if you're into computers and wrestling, it's a great place to meet wrestling fans from all around the world. They're a lot of fun, and they're a great way to keep up with what's happening in the Global Wrestling Federation, as we have our own club and our own forum in each of those. A special hi to all of our friends on CompuServe and Prodigy, and we'll be talking to you almost on a daily basis, as you're very well aware. The GWF, the Fans Wrestling Federation, CompuServe and Prodigy, just another way that we keep in touch with the fans. That's it from the newsroom. We'll be back next time with more. Till then, I'm Joe Pedicino, and we'll see you next time right here in the newsroom.
Bonnie Blackstone back with our fans here in the Global Dome. This is Adnan. How old are you?
13.
13 years old, and I know that you've been watching some of the great GWF action, and you have a question here for one of our great stars.
My question's for Wild Bill Irwin. I want to know is, he's a good wrestler, but why does he cheat?
He does bring that bullwhip out, doesn't he?
Yeah.
All right, later on in this edition, I'm going to go get Wild Bill Irwin, the bullwhip, and hopefully answer Adnan's question here and get a response from the Wild One of the Global Wrestling Federation.